It's about working out of what is the interest component going to be for you in that period that it's fixed.
When the interest rates were coming down, and we thought 3.9 was like, whoa, that's amazing. Quite a few of our clients have fixed rates locked in the sort of maybe the mid threes or the high threes, and they might have been done a year or two ago. This cashback, there's one missing bit of context. Variable rates are also significantly lower than they were a year or two ago with the rate drops that have happened over the last year, which means that if I'm in a fixed rate of 4% and I see variable rates in the twos now, I've got this feeling like I want to cancel my fixed rate or get out of it to get into a variable and pay much less interest. So could you walk us through how we might, or how do we know whether it's a good idea to break our fixed rate and go back into variable?
Yeah, so that just comes down to a calculation, really. So generally, to get your fixed rate, you'll need to talk to your existing lender. You can sometimes provide us with an authority, and we'll do what we can to find out what those break costs are for you. But ultimately, it's finding out what that break cost is. With these rebates out there at the moment, it can gobble up majority of those costs. Now, it's going to vary on how much you've got borrowed and what the rate was locked in at that point in time. But it's about working out of what is the interest component going to be for you in that period that it's fixed. So if you've locked yours in for 3 years, you've only been in there 6 months, we work out the interest of what you would earn with today's market compared to what you're earning there and multiply that over a 2.5 year period. So that ultimately will give us what your savings will be versus the cost. So even if we look at you're going to dramatically see your monthly repayments reduce by the interest savings, which is obviously going to increase your cash flow, which is massive right now. And then ultimately, you more times than not, it's case by case basis, but more times than not, you're going to see a massive saving on the interest and rebate front, which is going to make it sense to potentially look to cancel out of your fixed rate at this point in time. So, but it does vary. It varies from bank to bank. There's an algorithm. I was saying this to Ben the other day. There is an algorithm to work out how you work out what the break cost is, but in my 12 years of working, no one has actually been able to explain it to me how it actually works. So it is something along the lines of when the funds were bought by the bank on that day, what they paid for them and what they've locked them in for.
Crazy.
And to break that, and then the cost to, I guess, break it and buy it in today's market. So a bit of a fun one, but
you basically need a degree in rocket science to work it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
or basically, it could be just a phone call away, just to
it is that simple. It's calling up and saying, hey, look, interested in knowing if I was to pay out my fixed rate today or exit my fixed rate today, what would that cost be? And they will provide you with a figure over the phone.
Perfect.
Apply that figure to us. We'll do the math for you and let you know whether it's beneficial, and we'll weigh up everything. So cost, and then what does that look like for a cash flow point of view moving forward?